In a moment that transcended the glitz of the red carpet and the roar of the crowd, GDragon, the iconic leader of Big Bang, stood on the stage of the National Theatre of Korea, his hands trembling slightly as he clutched the Okwon Order of Cultural Merit. The weight of the honor, the highest cultural recognition in South Korea, seemed to press down on him, not just physically but emotionally, as he navigated a sea of nerves that belied his status as a global icon. This was not just another award ceremony, it was a historic milestone, a testament to a career that has redefined K-pop and influenced millions worldwide. But what made this moment so poignant was GDragon's visible vulnerability, a rare glimpse into the heart of a man who has often been seen as untouchable, invincible. As he stood there, his voice quivering with emotion, one couldn't help but wonder, what goes through the mind of a legend when the world acknowledges his greatness, yet all he feels is the weight of expectation and the fear of inadequacy? The Korea Popular Culture and Arts Awards, held on October 23, 2025, was a night of celebration, a night where the stars of South Korean entertainment were honored for their contributions to the nation's cultural landscape. Among them, GDragon shone brightest of all, not just for the prestige of the award, but for the emotional rawness he displayed. Dressed in a sleek black tuxedo, his hair a striking shade of teal that has become synonymous with his fearless approach of fashion, he approached the microphone with a hesitance that seemed out of character for someone who has commanded stages across the globe. "I didn't expect that I would have to give a speech too," he admitted, his words punctuated by a nervous laugh that echoed through the theater. This admission, so candid and so human, struck a chord with the audience, many of whom had followed his journey from a teenage prodigy to a cultural phenomenon. It was a reminder that behind the larger-than-life persona was a man, vulnerable and real, facing a moment that could define his legacy. As the cameras captured every flicker of emotion on his face, the world watched, holding its breath. GDragon's journey to this point has been nothing short of extraordinary. Since debuting with Big Bang in 2006, he has been a trailblazer, a visionary who has pushed the boundaries of music, fashion, and performance. His influence extends far beyond the borders of South Korea, with albums like Heartbreaker and Coup d'etat earning critical acclaim and commercial success. He has been dubbed the King of K-pop by media outlets like Rolling Stone and Vogue, a title that underscores his impact on the industry. Yet, despite his achievements, the Okwon Order of Cultural Merit was a new pinnacle, a recognition that placed him in the company of cultural icons like Lee Byung-hun and Lee Min-ho. But as he stood there, the award in his hands, it was clear that this was not just a moment of triumph, it was a moment of reckoning. A moment where the past, present, and future converged in a whirlwind of emotion. The Okwon Order, also known as the Jade Crown Order, is not given lightly. It is the highest tier of the Order of Cultural Merit, reserved for individuals who have made exceptional contributions to the development of South Korean culture and arts. Previous recipients include literary giants, classical musicians, and film directors, making GDragon's inclusion a historic first for a K-pop idol. At 37 years old, he became the youngest person ever to receive this honor, a fact that added to the gravity of the moment. The award was not just a celebration of his music, but of his broader cultural impact, from his role in globalizing K-pop to his influence on fashion trends that have been emulated worldwide. Yet as he accepted the award, his nervousness was palpable. His hands fidgeted with the trophy, his eyes darted briefly to the audience, and his voice, though steady, carried a tremor that spoke volumes. It was as if the magnitude of the honor had caught him off guard, despite the years of hard work and the countless accolades that had come before. This vulnerability was a stark contrast to the confident and often flamboyant image GDragon has cultivated over the years. Known for his androgynous style and his ability to reinvent himself with each album, he has often been described as a chameleon, adapting to the ever-changing landscape of popular culture. His fashion choices, from the triangular scarves that became a trend during Big Bang's Always promotions, to the bold hairstyles that have inspired countless imitators, have been as influential as his music. But on this night, none of that bravado was on display. Instead, there was a rawness and authenticity that resonated deeply with fans and observers alike. "He's so nervous," read one caption accompanying a video of the moment, capturing the sentiment of many who watched. It was a reminder that even legends have their moments of doubt, their moments of fear. The emotional weight of the occasion was further amplified by GDragon's speech. As he stood at the microphone, he expressed gratitude to his fans, the VIPs who have been with him through thick and thin. "Thank you to all the VIPs who have been with me," he said, his voice breaking slightly. "Without you, I wouldn't be here today." It was a sentiment that echoed the deep connection he has with his fan base, a connection that has been a cornerstone of his career. But he also acknowledged the role of his Big Bang members, referring to them as his family and crediting them for their shared journey. This acknowledgement was particularly poignant given the group's history, marked by both triumphs and challenges, including a 4-year hiatus that had left fans yearning for a reunion. His words were not just a thank you, they were a promise, a hint at the future that lies ahead.
The reaction to GDragon's moment was swift and overwhelming. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of support and admiration, with fans from around the world expressing their pride. "We all cry," wrote one user, capturing the collective emotion of the moment. Another praised his influence, noting how he has changed the industry in many ways. The video of his acceptance, shared widely, became a focal point for discussion, with many commenting on his nervousness and the authenticity it revealed. It was a reminder of the power of vulnerability, of how a moment of perceived weakness can actually strengthen a connection with an audience. For GDragon, this moment was not just about receiving an award, it was about reaffirming his bond with those who have followed his journey. But what made this moment so compelling was the question it raised. How does one navigate the pressure of being a cultural icon? GDragon's nervousness was not just about the award, it was about the expectations that come with it. As the youngest recipient of the Aquan Order of Cultural Merit, he carries the weight of a legacy that spans decades. A legacy that includes not just his own achievements, but the broader impact of K-pop on the global stage. The award is a recognition of his past, but it is also a challenge for the future. What will he do next? How will he continue to innovate, to push boundaries? These questions linger, adding a layer of intrigue to an already emotional moment. For fans, it is a reminder that GDragon's journey is far from over, that there are still chapters to be written. The Korea Popular Culture and Arts Awards itself was a spectacle, a celebration of the diverse talents that make up South Korea's entertainment industry. The event opened with a dynamic performance by Baby Crew, setting the tone for a night of recognition and celebration. Other honorees included veteran actress Kim Hae-suk, who received the Silver Crown Order, and late comedian John Yoo-sung, whose legacy was honored posthumously. Each award was a story, a testament to the individuals who have shaped South Korean culture. But GDragon's story stood out, not just for the honor, but for the emotion it evoked. His nervousness, his tears, his gratitude, all of it painted a picture of a man who, despite his achievements, remains deeply human. For those who have followed GDragon's career, this moment was a culmination of years of hard work and dedication. Since his debut with Big Bang, he has been a fixture in the K-pop landscape, a leader who has guided the group through highs and lows. His solo work, particularly albums like Heartbreaker and Coup d'etat, have showcased his versatility as an artist, blending genres like hip-hop, R&B, and electronic music. But beyond the music, GDragon has been a cultural force, influencing fashion trends and challenging norms. His androgynous style, his willingness to experiment, have made him an icon for a new generation. Yet as he stood on that stage, it was clear that none of that mattered in the face of the overwhelming emotion of the moment. The impact of GDragon's award extends beyond the individual. It is a recognition of the power of K-pop, a genre that has become a global phenomenon. The Akwon Order of Cultural Merit is not just about music, it is about the broader cultural influence, the way in which K-pop has shaped global perceptions of South Korea. GDragon's receipt of the award is a milestone for the industry, a signal that K-pop is no longer just a niche genre, but a dominant cultural force. It is a reminder of the journey that K-pop has taken, from its humble beginnings to its current status as a global powerhouse. For GDragon, it is a validation of his role in that journey, a role that has been both pioneering and transformative. As the night drew to a close, GDragon's image lingered in the minds of those who watched. The nervousness, the tears, the gratitude, all of it combined to create a moment that was both personal and universal. It was a reminder that even the greatest among us have their moments of doubt, their moments of fear. But it was also a reminder of the resilience, the strength that comes from facing those moments head-on. For GDragon, this was not just an award, it was a milestone, a turning point. It was a moment that asked questions, that inspired hope, that promised more to come. And as he walked off the stage, the world watched, eager to see what the future holds for this nervous legend.